let's talk about subscriptions. Love them or hate them, but probably they're not gonna go away. And if you're anything like me, you probably have way too many subscriptions. I'll share with you in a minute how many subscriptions I actually have and the total monthly cost of that, which was really mind-boggling when I listed them all down. But that was exactly the problem. I didn't really know for a long time how many subscriptions I actually had. I kind of had it in my head for a while when I started off with a couple of them. Then I started writing them down on my phone. Later on, I went to an Excel, Google Sheet. I tried it all really, but none of them really worked for me to see it on the computer, on the go, and really have one dashboard of all my subscriptions. Especially the more you have, you really want to be in control of the subscriptions. And now I use different cards for different subscriptions, as I have different subscriptions all over the world basically. I want to be knowing the month they're going to charge me for it, because the worst thing, what happens, you sign an annual subscription and then you just set it and forget it, and then boom, it renews automatically next year and you completely forgot about it and you're stuck with it another year. And for me, I thought there must be a better solution. So I was really looking around, and of course there are some apps that you can use. Most of them are pretty average or they're paid. I thought there must be a better way about this. So I finally decided to build my own subscription tracker, and I'm really happy with this. And in this video, I'm super excited to walk you through the template. And best of all, I'll also make this available to you fully free of charge. So you'll find the link down in the description below. That will take you to my website over here. So just go ahead, pop in your email over there, and right away, I'll send you an email with all the details where you can get the tracker free of charge. I have built the entire tracker on Notion, which is an amazing tool and platform where you can really, organize your whole life. As I said, previously I used to have all my notes in the notes list, and have a to-do list, then had a separate shopping list, a separate tool for that. So many Excel sheets flying around, as I said. So here I really started bringing everything together. It's almost like a second brain for me. Cool thing is, it's free of charge. Of course, they have a paid plan, but honestly, I'm on the free plan. You really don't need to pay, for most of it, and really, really cool. It does take a little getting used to, but honestly, the more you start using it, you will start using it for everything. Now I use it for all my notes, my content ideas, my task manager, my subscriptions, other finances, sharing ideas and working together with other people on projects. So yeah, it's super, super powerful. I really recommend you check it out. There are millions of videos on the topic of Notion on YouTube. Just have a look around, but honestly, really, really recommend it. Right, and here we are inside my Notion dashboard under the subscriptions. And once again, this is not a tutorial class on how to use Notion. If you want me to, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to make a separate video around this topic. But ultimately, this is the template you're going to be getting. Obviously, I took some of the subscriptions that I have out, because these are all of them, but I left some of the common ones, so you already have something pre-populated over there. And yeah, first off, let's look at all my subscriptions, and you'll see that's why I really got lost after a while, because especially once you start adding also personal and business subscriptions to the mix, it really starts getting overwhelming and a lot of options out there. So in total, look at this. I'm now paying €1,500 per month in subscriptions, or 18,500 per year. When I saw that number, it was absolutely mind-boggling. I really knew, my goodness, I need to really attack that. For you, it might be much less or it might be much higher. It doesn't matter. Obviously, it depends on your income and it has to be in proportion. But I think just knowing how much you spend is already so powerful, because if you can't measure it, you can't manage it, right? And the first thing to manage your finances is to know them and understand them. So yeah, this is basically what I'm having right now. Of course, the question also comes as to what do you classify a subscription? There's different ways to classify. For example, technically, Hello Chef is a food delivery company that brings me every week, a couple of dishes that I can cook. It's not ready-made meals, but basically things that I can cook at home. So in a way, it's part of my food allowance that I have on a month. So technically, it's part of my budget tracking tool, right? Because there I track all my expenses, but at the same time, I do have a contractual obligation with the company. So that's why I want to track it, right? Because otherwise, I might forget about it and they keep on charging me. So here, I really want to have any expense that has a contractual obligation, not a one-off, that is listed over here. Same as an accounting company. Yes, obviously it's business related. At the same time, I do have a contractual obligation. If I want to get out, I need to send them a termination or cancel the subscription, what have you. So I really want to make sure I remind myself of all of them and not just record it every month in my budget form, which I still do and have a separate form for that. But this basically helps me to stay on top of subscriptions. And later on, I use that to feed into my monthly budget to see how much I spend in total. Of course, I also have things like my 10-year golden visa, right? Which was a very big amount to pay. But at the same time, I'm not going to break it down on a monthly basis because again, there's no contractual obligation. I paid it once and that's it. So again, you have to classify what works for you. But in my eyes, anything up to 1 year where I have a clear contractual obligation, I will put it over here. And then you can see it's really, really nice on the eye. You see what you get. Basically subscription name, the status, is it active, not active, even maybe you want to cancel something. Let's say I want to change my accounting company, click on maybe cancel, and it will be going into maybe cancel, and then I can filter later on. I can show you by maybe cancel, so I can see all the ones that I might be reviewing. And in case I do decide to cancel, I go ahead, click cancel, and boom, you see it's automatically taken out, it's removed from my spendings over here. You can see it dropped a lot because that's the biggest subscription expense that I have right now, and that would go into canceled. And you can see all the canceled ones. So you can see it's already so much better than just having a Excel sheet or Google sheet, because then either remove it, it's gone forever. But again, I might cancel certain things like Netflix, right? I cancel most of the year, but sometimes I want to watch a specific show or episode, or Drive to Survive, as I'm a big Formula 1 fan, and then I just want to bring it back. I don't have to enter everything once again. I just go in here, from canceled, I make it active, and it's active right again. So I think it makes things so much easier. But yeah, unfortunately, I still need to have my accounting company. Even though I'm based in Dubai, we do need that. So yeah, let's go back into active subscriptions. And again, you can later on always add more views, customize it really as per your liking. But I don't want to overwhelm you with too many customization features. Basically, that's what you get, and you can just follow it. I think it makes really sense for most people. Then, of course, recurring expenses. Is it a monthly one or a yearly one? So that you can select over here, because again, some of the prices you pay on a yearly basis and some of them are monthly charges, right? And that also brings me to another point, because a lot of subscriptions in the beginning, at least I usually go for the monthly one just to see if I like it or not. But then often, if I did end up liking something and paid for quite a while, I want to maybe upgrade to the yearly one. But then I don't remember, do they have a yearly option or not? So here it's really cool. You just do the tick box in case they have a yearly option. For example, Circle is the membership platform where I'm hosting the Smart Money Club, which is my newly launched community where we talk all things money, investing, and a really cool place to hang out with like-minded people and get some more insights. And yeah, I think it's really, really nice. So yeah, definitely check it out. The different subscriptions, once again, which you can then later on obviously track in your subscription tracker. But I believe it's really worth your money, and hopefully I'll be able to see on the inside where I spend a lot of my time. So you'll definitely reach me over there. But yeah, back to the subscriptions over here. So for example, here you see that I'm right now paying for the monthly plan on Circle, but they do have a yearly option available. So in that case, I would tick it. So then when I review my subscriptions, I know, I've been paying a number of months for the particular subscription, and I'm on the monthly plan, even though they have a yearly plan. And usually what it means, a yearly plan, is that you get a discounted monthly price, right? Usually get 2 months or even 3 months free. So in this case, if I'm really serious about it, maybe then I can go into the website and upgrade to the yearly plan, and then obviously remove that they have it available, and then change it to yearly, and I would know how it is. So I think that would really be really cool. And you see already, while I change something, things happen. So it's very dynamic, but that's a real cool tool that it filters automatically by the highest monthly expense. You can see right now, you can easily see the highest monthly expense. You can also sort it the other way. So many options, but I think that's the best way for most people to see the most expensive to the least expensive. I mean, if I work on some of those to reduce, it won't really make a dent. I need to look at the most expensive one to see if I can bring those costs down or not. So here you see immediately the monthly expense and yearly expense. And once again, that's all automated. I'll show you in a second. We input the data, but that's all automated, so you don't have to do much over here. Renewal date, that's also automated. I'll show you that's based on the input date and on the renewal date. So in order to get the renewal date, meaning when is the next charge coming up, you have to put the charge date. So whenever you were charged for a subscription, or when you sign up, usually you charged right away. So you put that date over here, and then immediately that will be the renewal date. So if it's monthly, it will show you every new month the renewal date. Or if it's yearly, you will see the next year charge. For example, over here, you can see F1 TV Pro. Once again, big F1 fan. You can see I'm only going to be charged next March 2025. So I still have plenty of time. And the cool thing is with this template, you don't only see those numbers over here. It can be a little bit overwhelming. I also have a calendar view. So just go over to calendar over here, and you see all of the upcoming charges in the calendar, which is super nice. And of course, I put a little icons over there as well. I'll show you in a second how you can do that. But this is amazing to see all my upcoming charges. And I look at it at the beginning of the month. For the next month, I see, okay, certain charges, I don't want that anymore. I don't use the service. Okay, let's go ahead and cancel it. So it's so much easier than having it all, somewhere all over the show, maybe in your banking app, but definitely it's not that clean as you see it over here. And for me, that alone is so powerful. And the cool thing is I use also Notion Calendar. And in the calendar, I have all my different Gmail accounts, but I also have my Notion to-do list, my Notion content production calendar, as well as my subscription charges. So all in one, I can see right away, even on my phone, what are the charges coming up per day. So it's really amazing. Right, and then a couple of other categories, things like purpose. Etisalat is my phone provider of choice in the UAE. So I can go in here and select a different purpose, just to know, what you're spending it on, right? So I have a different ones. Smart Money Club, of course, is one of them. Business general, personal, finance, entertainment, YouTube related, or health related. And again, you can just click on any of those and then change them around, change the color, and it's really easy. You will see once you get the hang of it, very powerful. You can change the category to your liking. Same with expense category. Once again, is it business or is it personal? For me, it's very important. If you don't have business expenses, you can actually remove the whole column because that will mean everything is personal, but maybe you also share it with your partner and then you say who pays for what or what have you. And the same is true for the card, right? Most of my expenses, you can see I'm using my Revolut Pro card where I'm getting 1.2% cash back on every transaction. So that's nice. But then now, having moved to Dubai, I do have also a local bank account, a Wio Bank I use for. So now I started using different cards. And for you, it might be the same, right? Because for some expenses, you might get miles. So you use that particular card for it versus other expenses, you want to use another card. So I think it's also good to keep in mind. Again, if that's not relevant for you, you only have one card, might as well just remove it. Sometimes less is more. So again, it has to work for you. Then there's the cost input, and here is what you put basically, what's the amount, what's the charge? So let's say you charged for something. Let's use the example of Revolut. I'm a big Revolut fan. I'm on the Ultra plan. In this case, I was charged 540 euros, a while ago, 18th of June, 2023 to be precise. I can see that over here, the charge date. So whenever I was charged, I just put it here, and you can see also automatically, once again, it goes then into the renewal date, which is June 18th, 2024. So I will have it on my calendar. And if I go back into calendar, you'll actually see it. If I go ahead to June, and you see here Revolut charge coming up. So really, really nice, really visual, and I love that. I put the full amount, right? Because before I also used to divide it by 12 and what have you. I just put what I'm being charged, and then over here on the frequency, I put yearly. So then what happens, automatically the monthly charge, it's a small formula which basically breaks it down into monthly charge. So basically the annual charge that I was charged divided by 12. So I will see I'm being charged 45 euros, which equates to 540 euros a year. So just so powerful, small things when you enter it, you will see it's a breeze to use. And yeah, it just makes things so much easier. And a section for comments in case you want to add some special comments, what have you, you can do that over here as well. And that's really all to it. Honestly, this alone saves you so much time. It might take you a moment to set up. And again, you won't have maybe necessarily the charge date for everything, right? I'm still having some that I haven't filled out, but as soon as I'm charged for it next time, I will just put the charge date over here. And then automatically it will be in the future, always reminding me whenever the next charge is coming up, either on a monthly or yearly basis, which is just so nice. So if you want to go ahead and add a subscription, it's very simple. Don't click on new over here because I set up a template already. All you want to do is go to top right over here where it says new. Click on that, go through the template, fill it out, and you'll be good to go. Right, so let's take an example over here to show you how easy it's done. So let's say a gym membership that you have. Just pop the name over here. Then what you want to do, if you want to add a logo, just click on icon over here, and then you can choose from one of those. Or if you want, like I have these nice little screenshots of the actual logo from the company, just go to custom. You can find it on Google, whatever your gym is or whatever service you use. Find it over there or download it and upload it. It takes a moment more, but honestly, it makes it so much easier to see on the eye. So I like doing that, but you don't obviously have to. It's really up to you. But let's say for the time being, I'm going to use an emoji over here. And then status, it's active, right? Because obviously I just added it, it's active. It's not maybe canceled, it's active. I want to use it. So I think that's important. Recurrence, here say, is it monthly, is it yearly? Again, depends on you. Let's say most gym memberships often are yearly. So let's go ahead with the yearly one. On the cost input. So how much were you charged at the time when you subscribe to the gym membership, right? Let's say, I don't know, it was 200 euros and it will be listed over here. You can see right away how it popped up and it's listed and sorted and ranked by its price. So it's somewhere in the middle now, not my highest expense, not the lowest one, but right over there. Then I can say, do they have a yearly option available? Because it's already a yearly one, it doesn't matter. If there wasn't, it would be shown. And just one more thing, you can see automatically calculate the monthly price, which is 16.67 euro. So that's really nice. Then the charge date, once again, obviously, let's say in this example, I filled it out today, I signed today. So charge date is today, and I will show you next month is already listed over here. And you can see over here, May 7th, 2025, because it's a yearly contract, they won't charge me any other months. Again, it's a hypothetical example, but you get the point. Then I can say also which card I've been using. Let's say my Revolut Pro card to get a cashback. My purpose, of course, in this case was health, investing in my health, always important. Expense category, it's a personal one. And then I could put the link to the gym just to have it or any other comments. And that's really all to it. You can see, boom, done right away. Everything is good. And that's how simple it is to track your subscriptions with Notion, with this template. I really recommend it. It's really powerful. In case if I want to cancel, just go over here, click to canceled, and boom, it will be in canceled over here. And also in case you made a false entry or really want to delete something, click the button over here, backspace or delete, and it's gone. So really simple, very easy to do. As I said, you can also use Notion on your phone, so you will have the same features, functionalities, access to everything as you have on the desktop, you can have on the app as well. So I pretty much use it both on the app and on desktop, but it's really up to you. And in case you want to change any of the properties, let's say for the purpose, just go ahead and right click on a particular column, edit property, and then you will see all the properties over here. And then you can either delete or change the name, what have you, add some more if you wanted to. So very, very simple. As I said, it might take a little getting used to, but overall really, really simple. I could also add more views. For example, I could go into the canceled over here, click on duplicate, and I want to see all the maybe canceled. Then I would just go to the filter over here, change the status to maybe cancel, untick the canceled one. Then I can rename it to maybe cancel, and boom. I would have that column over here of any of the ones I want potentially to cancel. So I can just go in here quickly and see that. So you can see how customizable it is, and I really love it. And of course, in case you're wondering, yes, you can also change the currency. If you mostly transact in dollar or pounds, what have you, once again, just right click over here, edit property, and from here you can go to number format. And then right now I have euros, but you can see US dollars. Most of the currencies you're looking for would be over here. So really, really simple to do that as well. So in order to make the template your own template, obviously you would need a Notion account. Just create it, very simple to set up, as I said, fully free of charge. And once you're up and running, go to the link that I sent you by email. And then all you want to do from here is go to the top right over here, click on duplicate, and that will basically duplicate it into your own Notion template. Just go ahead, log in with your Notion details on your Notion websites online, and then we'll populate it into your own Notion database. And from there, it's really yours. You can do with it what you want. I cannot see any of the data, so it's really, really simple, really easy to use, really powerful. Well, I hope you found it as useful as I do. Honestly, I use it on a weekly, monthly basis. I really love it. Once in a while, just pop it open, see how many subscriptions I have. And honestly, I already saved so much money just by tracking it, and then really understanding that I don't need certain subscriptions, just canceling it and saving me a lot of money. You can also set yourself reminders, having it once again on the phone, connected to my calendar. I can see upcoming charges. It's just such a life and money saver. So I really recommend you check it out. It's worthwhile. Anyways, learn about Notion because I think it's really such a powerful platform, cross-platform, Android, Apple, Windows, Mac, it doesn't matter. It works anywhere. It's really, really nice. And yeah, I think it's worthwhile to learn because you can really, track your whole life in there basically. If you have any other questions, pop them down in the comments below. I'll get back to every single one of you. Next up, check out this video over here. As always, thanks a lot for watching. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.